Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So we have potatoes and onions. How do we store potatoes?
In a cool, dry place.
Cool, dry place. How about onions?
The same.
The same, cool, dry place. So most people end up storing these together, but these are natural enemies when it comes to storage. Onions have a really high water content, which causes potatoes to break down 3 times faster than they would if they were stored on their own. Also, onions they emit a type of gas called ethylene. Ethylene gas is produced by things like melons and avocados and bananas. And onions really produce a lot of ethylene gas, which, besides the moisture, is another thing that causes potatoes to break down really fast. But here's another thing. When potatoes start breaking down, they emit more of something that is naturally occurring in all potatoes that is called solanine. Solanine is a natural chemical which 90% of the solanine which naturally occurs in potatoes is near to the skin. So typically you can get rid of almost all the naturally occurring solanine in a potato by peeling it, giving it a really good peel. But as they break down, more of the solanine develops in the potato. Solanine is linked to headaches. So if you see a potato starting to sprout a lot, that means you really want to give it an extra peel with your vegetable peeler more than you normally would. And when potatoes are really at their end, they develop something called potato greening. And this is actually, it's exactly what it sounds like. When you peel the potato, you will actually see a green color to the potato. And some people will just eat it. You should never eat a green potato because it can cause stomach upset and it's absolutely linked to headaches. Now, thankfully, when we're eating in restaurants, especially if it's fast food, potatoes tend to be processed from farm to table really, really quickly. So there's almost no chance of excess solanine developing in your potato. But if you do a lot of home cooking, you really have to examine your potatoes very carefully before you cook with them. If there's any type of greening on any part of the potato that you see as you're peeling it, just toss it out. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache and the upset stomach that you will get from the excess solanine. You should always store these separately. Have a separate cabinet for onions. Have a separate cabinet for your potatoes. That's all. Merry Christmas.